don't know any question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. So listen carefully, everyone. We are going to discuss a lot of pastimes, and then there would be a quiz after.
X this out.
Yeah.
This.
Okay. So first of all, this Purshottam month is a little strange because it is the 13th month. Now, how can a year have more than 12 months, right? So we're going to understand that first. Okay, so if you can see my screen, so these are the 12 months of a year, okay?
I don't think it says sharing screen.
It's not sharing screen yet?
No.
Okay. Okay. So if you can see my screen now, so there are 12 months in a year, okay? So, and what we follow, January, February, March, do you know the name of that calendar? It's called the Gregorian calendar, okay? So this one here on the rightmost part, you'll see Gregorian. So there can be many calendars. There's a solar calendar and lunar calendar. And solar calendar is based on the Earth moving around the sun. And the Earth takes how many days to complete a whole revolution? Anybody?
1 year.
Yes, 1 year. And that 1 year is actually 365 and a quarter days. Okay. So it takes 365 days, and then each 365 is divided into 12 months. So in some months have 30 days, 31 days. We know February has 28, but on a leap year, February has 29 days, right? And anybody knows why?
Because of Valentine's Day?
No, Valentine's Day comes every year, but
The whole circle takes 1/4 day more.
yes, very nice. So since 1 year is not just 365, it's 365 and a quarter days. So the Earth takes 365 and like a quarter day to complete. So 8 more hours, sorry, 6 more hours it takes to complete the whole circle around the sun. And then
Half day is not just 6
it's
hours.
quarter day. So in 4 years.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you mean half.
So in 4 years, you have to compensate for that quarter day, right? So so first year quarter, we didn't count. Second year, so 4 years, once in 4 years, we count all those quarters into 1 day. And that's called a leap day we add to February. So that the time doesn't change to compensate for the extra time the Earth takes around the sun, and make sure that it is maintaining that same position as we go along, or else like if one quarter day is missing per year, after 40 years there'll be 10 days of difference, right? That the year will be completing around the sun 10 days before it actually completes. So similarly, there's a calendar called the lunar calendar. And the lunar calendar has 12 months, but the number of days that the moon takes from a full moon to next full moon is 29 and a half days. So each month having 29 and a half for 12 months, if you take a calculator and multiply 29.5 by 12, you will get 354 days. So now the lunar calendar year has 354 days, and the Gregorian or the solar calendars has 365 days. So there's like almost 11 days difference. And if we keep on doing the 11 days different for many years, then all the festivals, they will keep changing the time. Like Kartik month, like Diwali, it comes comes in like September, October time or November time, that time, it'll change and it'll keep going to January because the seasons come according to the solar calendar, right? So in order to balance and the solar and the lunar calendar is added with a month. It's the 13th month, okay? So this um, this will show you. So every year we need to add 11 days each. And so after about 32 months, this 13th month is added. And that is called the Adhik Mas, Adhik or extra month to the lunar calendar, okay? So this is what the different phases of the moon. Is the moon changing shape?
No.
Anybody knows? Okay, Ayana said moon doesn't change shape. And how is the moon changing from a crescent to a gibbous?
I know.
Okay, Ayana say.
Because the moon is turning, kind of like turning on the earth, like on the thing of the earth.
Yeah.
And then when the sun bounces light on the moon,
Mhm.
it makes light on the moon. And
Yeah.
then when the moon turns, the sun
Mhm.
the sun beams on a different part of the
Yes.
moon.
Yes, good. So this is a science lesson or astrological lesson here. And that says the moon itself doesn't have any light, right? Moon
Yeah.
reflects the light of the sun. So when the moon is away from the sun, like here, where you see full moon, it can get the light from the sun. Sun is so big, so it'll light up the moon. But if it is right in between the earth and the sun, then it's a new moon because only the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. So in the night we won't see.
A new moon. It's the same moon.
Yeah, but the cycle in the cycle of the moon around, we call it the new moon. It's not a real new moon. It's just the cycle is called new moon, waxing, crescent. So waxing means it's increasing more and more to the size and becoming a full moon. Then it becomes waning, right? So it reduces its size. But actually the moon is the same. It's just the reflection is changing. Okay.
Like how I said.
All right. So this is like a geography lesson for all of you. And what are the two calendars? Lunar calendar, solar calendar. Look, Tamil calendar is here. Then Malayalam calendar is here. Malayalam calendar is Meenam, Madam. That's all solar. And but everybody has 12 months. But then lunar calendar, to make up for the less days and to keep the seasons same when each thing occurred, there was a 13th month added.
But there's another story behind the 13th month too.
Yeah, so let me tell you this. So all this is Krishna's arrangement, right? So all the celestial objects and everything, and we'll learn about why the lunar calendar was so different and how that happened. Okay. So one thing to note is the 13th month, nobody liked the 13th month. You know why? Because no tithis available. So nobody will
no celebrations.
No dates, because it comes once in about 3 years, and everybody called it the extra month, or some people even called it Malamas. Malamas means like poop month. Yeah, because it doesn't have any good days in it to do like a housewarming ceremony or to have
any ceremony.
Yeah, to have a wedding or any of that. Nothing. It wasn't happening, right? So everybody called it this name called Malamas. Okay, and this Devi for this month. So
There's a Devi for month.
yeah, so there is a personification of a person for every month, and that Devi became very sad because everybody is always making fun of her, telling she is just a malamas or an extra month. You're just not needed. You always come in the way. Because even now, if you see like in February, if there's an extra day in the month, they'll be like, oh, we have to work an extra day to get the salary or a leap year. So just like that, when the lunar calendar is being followed, And in those times when everything was based on the lunar calendar, everybody was so angry with it. So the Devi for this month was sad, and she went to Brahma and started crying. Oh, what's happening? Everybody is calling me bad names, and nobody likes me. And I just don't want to exist anymore. Why don't you just take me out and all that? And then Brahma said, you have a good problem here, and the only solution we can get is to go to Lord Vishnu. And she went to Vaikunta with Brahma, and then she was crying to Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu in Vaikunta said, actually, this can be solved only by Krishna. So he took this month and he went to Goloka Vrindavan. So even in Vaikunta Loka, there are many planets. And then in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is having his eternal pastimes there.
And being happy.
And if you ask what is the difference between Vishnu and Krishna, it's like Vishnu is Krishna in office, and Krishna is a person at home, the same person, supreme person at home. Because at home, if maybe your dad is a big officer, at the office he has to be strict, he has to take care of the rules, he has to take care of a lot of responsibility. But when he comes back home, he's playing with the kids are getting on his head and all that, right? So similarly, Krishna is very, very informal and playful, and he's always like a cowherd boy doing his wonderful naughty pastimes in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. So only Krishna had the solution to this. So this Lord Vishnu and the went to Goloka Vrindavan. And Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna said, who's crying here? Nobody cries in Vrindavan. Everybody is always happy. Anything they want to talk is a song. Anything they think becomes a game. And it's such a happy place to be in. Who's crying here? And Krishna came and saw this Devi who's crying. And then the Devi said, oh, nobody likes me, and I am just unwanted and all that. And then Krishna said, you have come to the right place, and actually I'm going to accept you as my wife, and I'm going to make this month the best month ever. So we can learn from that any problems we have, we should just go to Krishna. He'll solve it for us. So,
but we can't go to Krishna.
Yeah, so how we can go to Krishna is by chanting his name here in Kali Yuga in our time. If we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we can associate with Krishna that way, and he'll solve our problems for us. So similarly, this month was went to Krishna, and he said, I'm going to accept you as my wife, and I'm going to call this month, give this month my name. So it's not going to be Malmas or anything like that. It's going to be Purshottam. So from that day onwards, this month became the most auspicious month, because Krishna, when a wife marries a billionaire, the wife also gets all the wealth, right? So similarly, when this month got married to Krishna, all the auspiciousness of Krishna is available in this month. So then it came to be known as Purushottam month. And also now this is, if you look at this slide, we have gone through this slide, right? So this is yeah.
In Purshottam month.
Yes. So you know who is getting killed? A demon is getting killed here, right? Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu had got a mood that he will not be killed in. He will not be killed in any of the 12 months. So so then the Lord, that's probably why he created this gap, so that there'll be a 13th month, so that he will come during the 13th month and kill Hiranyakashipu. So this happened during a Purushottam month. All right. So he had many conditions, right? So he many conditions. He cannot be killed in air, water, land. He cannot be killed in the morning or in the evening by a human or an animal. By none of the weapons can be used. And all these conditions.
But he said he can't be killed by water or land. Where did he kill him?
So actually, Narsimhadev made him sit on his lap. So it was not, and also it is not inside or outside. It was on the stairs. Okay. So, so all the conditions that Brahma gave the boon to Hiranyakashipu, since Brahma is a great devotee of Krishna or Narasimha, he took care of all those conditions and came in a form and in a situation that the demon could be killed. So that happened during Purushottam month. And the next pastime we are going to talk about is about Krishna coming to the forest called Kamyavan. So all the Pandavas, they had gone to, they had to go to the forest, right? Because they were cheated by Duryodhana in a gambling match, and they said whoever loses will have to go to the forest. You probably
For 14
also
years.
yeah. So you also know, you probably know that Draupadi was humiliated in that because Draupadi was also put on the as a bet by Yudhishthira to try and win everything back, and he kept on losing because Shakuni had some
magic dice.
Yeah, he was using some trickery to win. So they were sent to the forest, and then Krishna came to visit them. And then they were very sad. Krishna was very sad seeing them because these five are supposed to be big kings, but they are in the forest having nothing to eat. They're just eating some fruits every day, and they're wearing some old leaves and not like kings or queens. So Krishna was feeling a little sad and angry at Duryodhana, and then Yudhishthira said, "Can you tell us why all this is happening to us?" And Krishna said, "Okay, listen to me." And Krishna told them the story about this Purushottam month. And Purushottam month is meant for spiritual activity and praying to the Lord all the time. So some of them, so what happened was the Pandavas did not follow the previous Purushottam month. And they we'll see what following means. It's just saying that I'm going to chant a little more. I'm going to pray to the Lord a little more every these days of this month. So they didn't do that. And that we're getting some noise. Yeah. So that is why they are having this problem. And then he said about Draupadi. So Draupadi, why she is going through all this misery, how she was humiliated in the court, why that happened was in her previous life, she was the daughter of a sage called Medhavi, okay? And Medhavi was...
Mama,
Yes?
Draupadi is the wife of Arjuna, right?
All five Pandavas, right? So
Okay.
Arjuna won Draupadi's hand in that archery match, and when he brought her home, then his mom was not seeing what they brought home, and they said
Arjuna was making
Arjuna was saying a joke. Look what we bought today. Look what I won today. And he was saying, and his mother was not seeing. Kunti Devi was not seeing. She said, whatever you bought, you have to divide among your brothers.
And then Arjuna was really surprised, and then Draupadi had to marry all the
five Pandavas she had to marry because of that. So she had
Prabhuji,
to... Yeah.
Prabhuji, that's how she got the name Panjali.
Yeah, so that's how, and this story is going to tell you why that happened, okay? So, so Draupadi in a previous life was a beautiful daughter of Medhavi, a saintly person whose wife had also died or left her body. And so she was brought up by this saint, but the saint was always focused on the Lord, not taking care of his daughter. So the daughter became marriageable age, and he didn't look for a good groom for his daughter. And then the Medavi's daughter was seeing all her friends getting married and having children, but she herself was not getting married. And then Medavi actually left his body thinking about the Lord. So he was very, very focused on the Lord and not taking care of his daughter.
But that's actually a little bit bad because of Janika.
Right.
You know?
So, yeah. So Medavi's daughter was crying and very sad, and she has nobody. And then Durvasa Muni came there, and then
Durvasa?
Yeah.
Do you mean that really angry person?
Yeah, the incarnation of Lord Shiva, the person who gets angry very fast. Yeah. So Durvasa Muni came and said, don't worry, there is a month called Purushottam month coming. You can just follow the yagya or do spiritual activities during that month, pray to the Lord sincerely during that month, and then you will get a good husband. And then this Medavi's daughter didn't believe him. And she said, oh, you're also making fun of me. This month is called Malmas, and this is a bad month. Nobody has any weddings or anything, and you're telling me that this month will save me? You are just kidding. And then Durvasa Muni, he gets angry very fast, but he controlled himself because it was his friend Medavi's daughter. But he said, since you said bad things about me, me telling you this and not believing in me, I'm not going to curse you for that. But the curse, because you said bad things about the Purushottam month, you're going to suffer for that. And so she lost all her beauty, and now she wanted to get married, and now she also lost her beauty. So it became even more difficult for her to get married.
But then she married 5 husbands.
No. So then she asked Durvasa Muni, what can I do? You have to save me. And then he said, why don't you pray to Lord Shiva? So she prayed to Lord Shiva. It was in another yuga. So they used to live for many, many years, right? Thousands of years. So she prayed for like 8,000 years. And then Lord Shiva came. But then she, when she saw Lord Shiva, she was very excited to see him. And she saying, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband. She said that 5 times to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva says, are you done? Are you sure? And she said, yes, I want a husband. So when she,
when she said it 5 times, she got 5 husbands.
So Lord Shiva said, you'll get 5 husbands. And he said, oh no, if I get 5 husbands, that'll be very bad for me. I just want 1 husband. But then Lord Shiva said, why did you say 5 times? Everybody is counting how many times you ask a boon, and everybody, if I don't give it, then it's not right. So you have to have 5 husbands. Then she said, no, that wouldn't look good on me. 5 husbands, people make fun of me. And then said, okay, not in this life, in next life you'll have 5 husbands. So she actually was old and she left her body, and then she was born when Drupad was doing a fire sacrifice for a son.
And a daughter.
Yeah.
But he didn't really want a daughter.
So from the fire, this soul that got this boon came out, and that's when the Swayamvar happened and Arjuna won, and she got the 5 husbands. Okay. So one thing we can learn is don't be overexcited and mess up, and when you see the
get 5 husbands.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
did everybody like that story?
So that story is done. That teaches us that we should always respect this Purushottam month. Though there are no thithis and things for material activities, it is meant for spiritual activities. And now I'm going to tell you a story. Yes, anybody has a question?
It's me, Ehan. I joined late.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, also me. I just had to go.
You missed one story. We are talking about the Purushottam month, which is the 13th month in the lunar calendar. It comes once in 3 years, and everybody considered it inauspicious, but then it became the most auspicious month. And we are going to
Krishna's birthday.
Yeah. So Purushottam means Krishna.
And one more
So
thing, is it I just accidentally joined in my school account, so it's
yeah,
okay, right?
that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Welcome, Mehan.
Okay.
And now we are going to talk about the next story. Okay, this is another story that tells us about the glories of Purushottam month, and this is about Maharaj Hadadanva, and these both these stories about Hadadanva and about Draupadi and Pandavas in the forest is from Padma Puran. Okay, so Hadadanva was a great king. He had a very nice family. He had a big kingdom.
Did he have pride all about it?
No, he followed everything, but he didn't like have bhakti as such. He just followed all the rules well. If everybody says go to the temple, pray, and he didn't have any love or bhakti so much. Okay, so but he was following all the rules well. He was talking the truth and everything. He had four
Kind
kids.
of like Yudhishthir.
Yeah, but Yudhishthira was a devotee. He always listened to Krishna.
That's good.
Yeah, but Hadadanva, he was going to the forest to hunt for some deer. Okay, so earlier those times, kings used to do hunting to practice for a war. So he went, and then he became very thirsty, and he didn't find any water, and then he finally found a banyan tree. He took rest, and then he drank some water and sat there. And suddenly a parrot came and said, you are wasting your life and enjoying all the material things in your life. And so what are you going to do about your cycle of life and death? You're going to come back if you don't think about the Lord. So why is a parrot coming and telling this? So he said, this is a good advice I'm getting. I'm just enjoying all my riches. And I'm not thinking about the Lord, or having any devotion or love for the Lord, or doing any activities that will increase my love for the Lord. And he went back. He went back to his kingdom and met his guru, which was Valmiki at that time. And Valmiki told him the story about his previous life. So in his previous life, he was a person called Sudeva, and he was married to the daughter of Gautam Rishi, or Gautami. So Sudeva and Gautami, they didn't have any kids for many years, and they were very sad that they didn't have any kids. And then they prayed to the Lord, and Lord Vishnu came to them after many years of prayers, and he said, what boon do you want? And they said, oh, we have no child, give us a child. And then Lord Vishnu said, no, you cannot have a child for the next seven lifetimes, based on your karma. You're not supposed to have. So can you ask for something else? And this Sudeva fainted. Oh, because he was doing this prayer for so many years and he cannot get it. So he was very sad. And then, Garuda is the one who brings Lord Vishnu, right? So Garuda was very sad to see and sympathetic for this Sudeva. And he said, oh Lord, why don't you give him a son? He has no children. And the Lord said, okay, because you are telling me, I'm going to give him a son. So so that's what we see. Like devotees are sometimes more compassionate for others than the Lord, because Lord has to follow all the rules of your karma and everything. But devotees' mercy is sometimes more. Yeah, and so Garuda is a devotee of the Lord, and he's giving his mercy, and then they have a son, but the problem is the son died in the 12th year. So so then they were very sad, and they were the son actually drowned, and the friends bought the kid, and then they were crying, and they were just praying to the Lord for 30 days. And then what were those 30 days? They unknowingly prayed to the Lord during Purushottam month. That 30 days was actually the Purushottam month. And because of that, the Krishna came to them and said, you have followed the rituals of Purushottaman, you're focused only on prayer. So you are going to get a son who will get back your son. He'll come back to life and he'll live for 12,000 years. So so that is how they get that son. And actually,
Can I ask a question?
yes, you will. G, please
Yes,
tell.
you will.
Do you have a YouTube link?
YouTube link, yes, I can post that after the class, okay? Right.
Like, are you like making a video?
Yeah, it's automatically making a video. Okay?
Like a
Oh, okay.
Right. So this son was the parrot actually who came, and this Sudeva was Hadadanva, and so the Sudeva had to be born again, but the son had actually was a very nice person, and he had gone back to the Lord, and he came back as a parrot just to remind his father, you're wasting your time in this world without having any love for the Lord. So he came to remind his father. That's how some devotees they come to the world not to suffer like most of us. They are here just to get us back home, back to Godhead. Okay, so that's how the parrot came and told him to focus on the Lord also. So that is the another story of Purushottam month, and guess who else? All of you are also following Purushottam month because you are all listening to Krishna Katha, and you have been joining this class during this month. So you are all doing very well, and you will all get a lot of benefits out of this. And if you can start praying, like chanting some mantras, chanting Hare Krishna mantra whenever you can. There's only 6 more days in this month. Okay, that'll be very helpful. So this is another story of Kartavir Arjun. So this is
Yeah, Kartavir Arjun was killed by Parashuram.
Yes, very nice, Krishna. So that is the huge story about that, but we are going to only touch on Kritavirya Arjun, Kartavirya Arjun's father Kritavirya, and his wife Padmini didn't have any children, and they followed Purushottam month, and they got a son, Kartavirya Arjun. So Kartavirya Arjun is not the Pandava Arjun. This is a person who was a great warrior, and he became the king of Mahishmati, a kingdom in India, and he was blessed with 1,000 arms for a lot of power. So it is said that because of their parents following Purushottam's prayers, they got a son who's very powerful. They didn't have any children, and they got a son who's so powerful that even Ravan couldn't escape from him. Ravan was not happy with Kartavirya Arjun, who was enjoying in the river when Ravan was praying, and Ravan got very angry, and then Kartavirya Arjun just picked up this Ravan, this 10-headed Ravan with one of his 1,000 arms, and Ravan couldn't save himself. And then Ravan's army went and got his grandfather Pulatsya, so to help him get out of the grasp of this Kartavirya Arjun. So that's what you see in the picture on the right. So
I don't see him holding his hand.
Yeah, so this picture is just showing how he was totally won over by Kartavirya Arjun. You know, Ravan is very strong.
Was that Kartavirya Arjun?
So who's holding the bow is Kartavirya Arjun. Who is on the ground with 10 heads is Ravan, and Kartavirya Arjun has 1,000 arms. Okay, there's one more story. We are almost getting to our Kahoot. So this is about a person called Nahusha. Okay, he's an ancestor of the Pandavas, and he was a great king, and then he followed the Purushottam month, and because of following the austerities of Purushottam month, he was made Indra when the Indra at that time had to go through some suffering because he did he did not respect his master, spiritual master Brahaspati, and he got a curse because he killed Vritrasura. There is a lot of stories about how Indra got into that situation. So in the interim, they had to fill that position with Nahusha, who was just a king in the world, but since he was following the Purushottam month, he became even Indra. So that's a glory of Purushottam month. But then Nahusha has a lot of other stories where he's later cursed by Agastya Muni, and he falls to the world as a serpent. There are more stories, but we'll go into that later because we are running out of time.
And you want to do the
and we are focusing on Purushottam month and the glories of Purushottam month. Okay, so so how can we follow Purushottam month, right? So so for those who chant Hare Krishna on a mala, like I chant every day 16 rounds. So then for this month I said I will do 2 more rounds, so 18 rounds of praying I would do. So if you're not chanting, you can start chanting. Anything you can do, just do a little more and try to follow that. So it's only 6 more days left in this month. So there is also a mantra we can follow. I'm going to stop sharing and share again because somebody's annotating. So,
That was me.
yeah, that's okay. So
I was trying to rub it.
yeah. So
it's okay.
So this is a mantra we should all learn. Many of you probably already know about Purushottama Krishna. So it's Govardhana Dharam Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokula Utsava Mishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. So what this means is Krishna is the one who lifted the Govardhan hill, and then he is the friend of the Gopas, and he's in the form of just a cowherd boy, and he makes every day like a festival in Goloka Vrindavan, Gokula Utsava Mishanam, and then Govindam Gopika Priyam, because he is the dearmost for all the gopis. Okay, so this is a mantra that Acharya says we can pray many times this month. So anybody can learn it. That will be great. And one more reference is there is Jagannath Puri, right? So there's a temple called Jagannath Puri, and there Krishna, it's called Purushottama Kshetra, and it is in Orissa. And there is a big festival that happens during Purushottam month.
Where Amma is.
Yeah. So that is one of the very important holy dhams of Vaishnavas. Whoever prays to Lord Vishnu.
Tell your mother all about this, okay?
So
She knows.
Yeah. So out of the four, there are 4 main dhams according to the Sri Sampradaya. So there is Badrinath, there's Rameshwaram, there's Dwaraka, and there is Jagannath Puri. And it is said that the Lord, he goes to Badrinath, which is in the north. So north, south, east, west, there are these 4 temples in India, and they are supposed to be very, very, very pious and holy places where the Lord visits every day. He meditates in Badrinath, and then he has food and in Jagannath Puri, and he takes a bath in Rameshwaram, which is near the Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, and all that meeting in South India it's in Tamil Nadu, right? So Rameshwaram, and then Dwaraka, the Lord comes to sleep at night. So that's just one of the pastimes. But in this temple during Purushottam month, there's a festival where they change the deities. The deities are made of wood, and they change the deities during Purushottam month, and that happens every 8, 12, or 19 years, but it happens immediately after the Purushottam month. Okay, so there's a huge festival for that, and it's called Navakaleshwara. Okay, So that is the glories of this month. It is a very, very special month to do any prayer, because whatever you do, it's like multiply by 1,000. So if there's a big sale where you're getting 1,000 rupee top, 1 rupee, won't you go get it? You will all run to the shop to go get it
I will not.
for $1 if you're getting
I
a
will not do
$1,000
that.
thing. So it is
I will
easy.
not do that.
So whatever you do, like you have to do the same prayer 1,000 times during another time. But in this month, which is ending in 6 more days, if you do any prayer, it will benefit you 1,000 times more. So
But
that
I'm
is
doing a drawing of Krishna now.
so that is how special.
What if you do the prayer like the whole month? So you get like
that would be
10,000, like 10 billion.
Yeah. So that really helps you, right? So what we usually do who are practicing before the month starts, we will make some vows. Like what I did was I will chant two extra rounds, or there's another one where we'll take Bhagavad Gita. So everybody, if you have this Bhagavad Gita, you can go to chapter 15, and there's a chapter called Purshottam Yoga. And there are only 20 verses, and there are devotees who are reading this every day. Those 20 verses, it takes hardly 5-10 minutes. They will, yeah. So okay, so they do Bhagavad Gita, and they do it for all 30 days, or they chant more, and they take some dietary restrictions and all that. But
We even have that Bhagavad Gita.
yes,
But
very.
I don't read it.
Yeah, you can
For
read
some
it.
reason.
Yeah, so maybe today you can just turn to chapter 15 and just
Okay.
translations, and that'll give you a lot of spiritual benefit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Are we doing Kahoot?
yeah, we're going to do Kahoot now. Everybody's ready?
Ready.
Nope.
No?
Get your device ready.
Nope.
Purshottam month, play.
What's the code? What's the code? Wait, what's that? Yes.
What?
What's the code?
Huh?
You gotta sign up. I think so. You got an account, right?
My dad already has an account.
Sorry, I
No,
got.
I can't see the code.
Yeah, code is coming.
It's okay. Everybody just wait 1 minute. So how you go into Kahoot is do kahoot.it, search on your browser, and then you just, now my dad's signing in, and then
So
here
Teams. Could we do Teams?
www.kahoot.it.
Okay, everybody go to kahoot.it and put in the code 1749851.
1749 what?
851.
851.
So Ria,
Am I
Riddhi,
there?
Monik, Ultra, Ehan, Meka and Tej, very good. Sharu, Dush, okay. Gauri and Shankar, welcome. Mishti ji, Ishika with the rainbow, very nice. Ishwar has joined.
1 minute.
Tara and Ram.
I'm not ready yet. I'm still trying to.
Yeah. Okay, Ayana now joined. Advait.
Ayana with the star.
Ayana.
You can also do emojis too if you want to.
Yeah, like Ishika and
Ah,
Ayana put some emojis.
like me, I did a smiley face.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see yours.
Okay, we have
It's
14
Ultra
on the.
Ahan.
See you.
Ultra Ahan.
We have on the
Ehan,
call.
did you join? I can't see
Yeah,
you.
it's Ultra Ahan.
Oh,
Ultra
Yeah.
Ahan.
and the smiley face on the
Yes.
side.
Yeah.
Ultra Ehan. It's cereal.
Okay, now let's go.
What?
Okay,
Like
everybody
one-
ready? Can we start?
Prabhuji, we're ready.
No, I'm not ready. Don't start,
Okay,
please.
okay, we'll wait.
Yeah, hopefully,
Yeah.
Mishti ji, I hope you can stay.
Prabhuji, I have
Hey, someone copied me. Someone wrote Ultra Dhruv. That's copying.
Yeah.
It's okay. Wait, I can't
It's
see it. What is it? Oh, it's okay. Some people can copy it when they want.
You
You
were
will.
like,
So, Dhruv, Meenakshi is in the house.
answer ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമല്ല.
Yes, yes.
stop copying me, Dhruv.
അപ്പക്ക് സഹായം ആവശ്യം വരൂല.
What? Abhai Garam. Ethereal is on.
Srihari. You see my emojis?
Yeah. Cereal did a smiley face.
So we had 17 folks on the call. We have 18 in the Kahoot. So can we start?
Prabhuji, you can start. I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great.
Prabhuji, you can start.
Okay, we're going to start.
Just
Good luck,
exit
everyone.
this thingy.
I am the Pamba.
Roundabout ultra.
Okay, how long is a lunar
I am
month?
Ultra.
31 days, 30 days, 27 days, 29 and a half days.
Is it 29 and a half? Yeah. It's not the lunar month, though.
Yeah.
Moon.
What happened to the
This is a
lunar
geography
month?
lesson we had in the beginning.
No.
I think those got
I
wrong.
didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
So we discussed before you joined probably. We were having a geography lesson. Okay?
Geography.
Yeah.
geography.
Geography and like astronomical lesson. Okay? So
I'm
first few questions are about that.
Astronomy.
Whoa.
Okay. Next.
Ayana with the first one.
Why do we need
Why
13th
do
month in
we
the
need-
lunar calendar every 3 years? To keep the lunar and solar calendar in sync, just for fun, to have a lucky, unlucky month, since others are lucky, to give a break to people who work 12 months a year.
Years.
Okay, present.
I think it's this
7,
one.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tick, tick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
no.
it's to reconcile to both.
Right
Yeah,
foot
most
up,
of you got it right. Good job.
left.
Okay. Ishika is on the board. Okay. Okay. How many days are there in the solar year? Time taken by Earth to go around the sun. 365, 366, 354, 365 and a quarter days.
How many?
Um, 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 um.
360, 65 days. That's why you had to read
No,
it.
no, it's 7. It's
300 and a quarter.
So
And a quarter day, huh?
yeah, so you have to
Don't.
do quarter days. That's why we have a leap year, right? And we have one day. So all the
I got it right.
365, 366 are all good answers. During leap year, we have 366. Other days, 365.
Something to add.
But actual time taken is 365 and a quarter days.
So actually, it has to be a quarter at the end of one. So that
So you want 1 by 4? You want
I
to
mean, like you can know it by in a quarter. So all the other questions don't have a quarter days,
Oh,
but
okay.
this one's correct
Oh,
because
okay,
it has a
okay,
quarter
okay.
days.
All right. Next question.
Whoa!
Okay, Ishwar is on top. Good job.
The emoji gang is coming up.
The
Okay.
Ram's the highest climber.
Yeah, Ram is the highest climber.
Ram. It's Ram, not Ram.
Ram. Ram. Okay.
Ramu.
Why did Devi for the extra month become very sad and didn't want to live anymore? There were no auspicious days. People called her Mala or stool. No one liked the extra month. All of the above.
This one?
All of the above. All of the above. I think.
Don't say the answer.
What?
Okay, you're just wanting to help. I
Okay, most of you got it right, and those of you who got it wrong also were actually right. But
No one
all of
liked
the
the
above.
month? No.
Okay,
All.
good job, everyone.
It's
Next
all of them
question.
all.
I choose blue.
Okay.
Oh, Ayana's a high streak.
Okay, next question. Why did Draupadi have to go through humiliation? She made fun of Duryodhana. She did not respect Bhishma. She blasphemed Purushottama month in her previous life. She had 5 husbands.
Question dekha jao to.
can't, huh?
Why did Draupadi have to go through?
She did not expect.
Time's up.
Uh-oh, I pressed this one.
Yeah.
I do not know.
So maybe some of you didn't know what blaspheme means. So blaspheme means making fun of or so she's remember in the story
Purshottam, she made fun of.
Durvasa Muni. Oh, you're just telling me
We're
simply.
wasting time. Let's go.
Okay. So it's very important not to make fun of any spiritual person or anything. So that's what we learned from this. Okay.
Well, at least I'm.
Nothing's blue.
Okay. Advait is up 4 places. Very good. Why did Draupadi get 5 husbands? She was not a good person. She was a super lady. Being too excited, she asked for a husband 5 times to Lord Shiva in past life. She wanted to follow Marisha, who had 10 husbands. Pracheta. Yeah, most of you got it right. So Draupadi is actually a very good person, okay? So
Yeah.
she's a good devotee of the
She's
Lord.
a good.
The God asked what you want. She said, I want
Okay.
a husband. I want 5 times. That's why she got 5 husbands.
So,
Ishwar, good job.
okay, Ishwar is on fire, it says.
You're right here.
Okay. Justin. Ishika is also on the board. Ram. Okay. Who was Sudeva? Past life of Hadadanva and able to resurrect their dead son. They had magic powers, prayed to Krishna during Purshottam month. They knew the secret Mrida Sanjeevani mantra. They were helped by Garuda.
I accidentally pressed red. I wanted to choose yellow.
Yeah, that's okay. You will.
I choose yellow.
So that'll teach you to be careful, okay? Even in your school, you should be very careful when you answer. Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, there's a robot virus.
Okay, next question.
There's no one.
I got 263 points to win.
Okay, good. Everybody is doing well. Nobody feel dejected. You're just competing with yourself, okay?
I have a tree 3 times.
Who was the parrot who gave Hadadanva the right advice? Son in previous life who came to help him, Srimati Radharani's parrot, a random bird in the forest, Sukadev Goswami who narrated Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit.
I don't know.
So, no.
Cool, let's go.
So we discussed.
Previous life.
Yeah, so Hadadanva's previous life was Sudeva. Remember we
I
said.
thought you said after.
What?
You said after that life.
No. It's in his previous life, okay? So son in previous life came to him as a parrot to tell him the right thing to do. But good job, everyone.
To listen to the story properly.
Okay, how did Kritavirya get powerful son Kartavirya Arjun? Following Padmini Ekadashi during Purshottam month, she had good genes, good karma.
What are good
Gift.
genes?
So genes are something that transferred from, not pants. Genes are characteristics sent from your parents to you? Like if you're
Oh yeah, like different things. Like I'm brown,
Yeah.
so you're brown.
yeah
And I have black eyes, you have black eyes. I
yeah
have white teeth,
those
you
are
have
genes,
white
not the
teeth.
genes you wear.
Like I have
I-
white teeth and someone
Yeah.
else have white teeth.
No, everybody has white teeth, right? So every human has the same.
Everybody
Everyone
has
has black
And it's white.
eyebrows.
Yeah. So this is
Everybody
science
has
lesson
genes.
also.
I'm slick.
Everybody
Okay,
has
most of you
genes.
got it right. Very good. Good karma.
Only
From previous
androids don't have
lifetime,
genes.
someone answered. That's also a good answer, but the best answer is the red. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Why are you muting everyone, Diana?
Not muting.
Okay, next.
Why are you muting me?
Okay,
Not muting you.
okay. Ultra Ahan just hit answer streak of 3.
What?
Okay, last,
Oh yeah.
last
I
for
didn't hear
grandfather of Ravana who saved Ravana from Kartavirya Arjun. Narada Muni, Pulatsya Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, Valmiki Muni.
I don't know. They're all Munis.
So who's the grandfather of
Just
Ravana?
eliminate.
Boom.
This one,
Two,
this
one,
one, this
go.
one cannot be it.
No, I got
Yeah.
it.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah, Muni.
Most of you got it right. I mentioned this in class. Pulasya is a great Muni who is the grandfather of Ravana. Okay.
They're all Munis. They should put like Vishnu Kurim or Halam Marhumi.
Advait in the
Yeah.
Also Muni guys.
Okay, Ram is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Good job, Ram. Advait
Ram
is
is
on
coming
third
back.
place. Okay, next question.
Advait in the back.
What was the good effect for Nahusha who followed the Purshottam month process? He became Brahma, he became Indra, he went to spiritual world, he went to Padala Loka.
Who's Palanta Kohoka?
So Nahusha, we mentioned about him. He followed the Purushottama month.
And
prayers.
then he became what? It starts.
No.
Yeah. So you got to pay attention in class because all these questions are based on the
Gonna
class
pay
system.
up.
Okay.
Whoa.
Gotta pay up.
Okay.
No.
All right. Next
Why
question.
didn't you
Last 2
raise
questions.
me?
Why was Hiranyakashipu killed during Purushottama month? It is the 13th month. It is a spiritual month. It is a special month. It has no good time tithi.
What?
I don't know. Maybe.
The special month. No.
Yeah. So,
Oh, my headphone fell
so
off.
best answer is the 13th month, right? Because
But
Hiranyakashipu.
it's spiritual months. That's
Yeah, that's
why.
all good answers.
Please wait.
Problem
My
is,
headphone fell off.
the main thing is Hiranyakashipu said he cannot be killed in
Wait, thanks.
months. So
Thank
it had
you.
to be the 13th month. Okay. Okay. So sometimes you have to pick the best answer.
You know, just hit with an answer straight forward.
Last question. Which holy temple is called Purushottama Kshetra?
I don't
Dwaraka,
know.
Good thing I was
Badrinath,
saying
Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram.
Puri. What?
Don't say the answer, Ayan.
What? Ahan was saying it before. So I can't say
Wait, what?
Okay, most of you got it right. Okay, great job, everyone. We went 3 months. Mishti ji is third place. Ishwar in
Ishwar!
second place.
Maybe.
And first place is Meghna and Tej. Very good. And Ram got 4th place and Keshav got 5th place. Good job, everyone. Everybody have fun. Pray to Lord Krishna during this Purushottam month, and we'll see you all next week. Okay?
I got 10 out
Hare
of 13.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam. Thank you all for joining. You all did great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful participation, everyone. Nice participation.
I have
Bye.
some doubt in it.
Yeah. Stay on the call if you have any doubt. Please stay on the call if you have doubts.
No, I don't have any doubt.
You have doubt? You want to
After
see how?
everybody go, I have some doubt.
Okay. Sure.
Bye.
Ayana, your teacher is calling. Did you have a class now or something? No.
Hello. Bye.
Hello. Bye. Hare Krishna. Ehan.
Bye.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Bye.
Someone is drawing on the screen.
Yeah, that's okay. Let them play around. The class is done, right? Okay. Can I call her back? I'm in a meeting.
Oh, Dishanti, can we call you back?
Yeah. So who has questions?
Prabhuji, someone is drawing square over square.
Yeah, that's okay.
I wanted to ask if
Prabhuji.
Yeah, you will want to ask a question. Say.
Can you like make the question clear?
You repeat the lunar and solar calendar?
Oh, sure. So, yeah, let me stop sharing and share again. Okay. So we discussed how there are 12 months in a year, right? And there is a lunar calendar and a solar calendar. And what we follow in the West and most places officially is the Gregorian calendar. It's like January, February.
Bye.
Bye. Hari Bol. So out of the 12 months, the lunar calendar only has 29.5 days per month.
Papa, second place. What?
Yeah, so since the moon takes 29.5 days to go from one full moon to another full moon, there is only 29.5 days. And so for 12, if you multiply 29.5 by times 12, it'll be 354 days, right? So, in the solar calendar, the Earth takes how much time to go around the sun. That's the solar calendar. And that is 365 and 1/4 day, right? So in order to make both the calendars equal, because every year there are almost 11 days lesser in the lunar calendar, these days are added up and given a 13th month. And that is how the Purshottam month comes in. Okay, it's just like a leap year. We have an extra day in February. So this is like a leap month in the lunar calendar, right? So we discussed all that. Maybe you missed it. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who else has a question? Yes, you have to come off mute to ask your question. Okay, Meenakshi has a question.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, tell me, what is your question?
No, I didn't understand that Purushottama, that the whole part of Purushottama.
Oh, Purushottama Kshetra? Is that what you didn't understand? Or
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Purushottama Kshetra.
Purushottama month also.
So, Purushottama month is the 13th month, and it happens in the lunar calendar. So, usually there are 12 months, right? Since the number of days is different in the solar calendar and lunar calendar, to make them equal, there is a 13th month added. Okay. That month used to be called Malamas or Adhik Mas, extra month. But Krishna made it Purshottam month. So that's the meaning of the 13th month or Purshottam month. And Krishna made it very auspicious. So this is the right time it's like a spiritual sale. So if you pray to Krishna during this time, it will be very helpful for you. Okay, that is Purshottam month.
Can we leave the call now?
Yeah. Okay, and it's okay, Meenakshi, if you don't understand how this is all calculated, you'll understand it later. Just understand that Purshottam in almost 3
And
years.
very auspicious.
Yeah.
Very auspicious and spiritually good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your other question?
Purushottama temple. That.
Yeah. Purushottama Kshetra, there is a temple called Jagannath Puri, okay? And
Yeah.
the deity there is, there are 3 deities actually.
Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra.
Yeah, so there's Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. So I'm going to show you on the screen. So on the right, there is Jagannath means Jagannath. So yeah, so he is the Lord of the universe, Jagannath. Actually, it's none other than Krishna, okay? And then
Mana, I can't see the screen.
you can't see the screen?
No.
Actually, I'm sharing the screen.
No, I can't see anything.
Can you see?
Now we can see now.
No, we can
Okay.
see.
Okay, so on the right is Jagannath or
Okay.
Lord of the universe. Okay, this is the deities in the temple Jagannath Puri. And
Yeah.
you know who is on the leftmost side?
Balraman.
Yeah, Balram or Baladev. Yeah, Balram. So Balram, and who is in the middle? It's a girl.
Subhadra.
Yeah, Subhadra. So Jagannath, Baldev, and
Krishna's
Subhadra.
sister is Subhadra.
Yes, very nice. So this is the worshipable deities of Jagannath Puri, and during Purushottam month, every 8, 12, or 19 years is when they change these deities. They change the deities because the deities are painted with pigments, not with the chemical paints. So sometimes when they give to the deities, the paint start coming off and things like that. And so what they do is like every 12 years or 19 years, there's a cycle, and it's during this Purushottam month that they change, they bring new wood and make that into the deities. They transfer the Lord to those deities. Okay, so that is the festival that happens during Purushottam month in Jagannath Puri. There are many festivals in Jagannath Puri.
Okay.
Ratha Yatra is the main festival actually. Every year these deities are taken out, and the whole of Orissa comes there. A lot of devotees come and they pull a chariot. It's called the chariot festival. They take these deities to a temple, Gundicha temple. And yeah.
So I can't hear that portion.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna.